Hey everyone, we have Charles from my Discord channel asking me to review my total investment portfolio, including real estate, stocks, my business, and allocating them. But first of all, welcome to High School Dropout's advice. If you need subtitles, click on the subtitle button right here. Through Patreon, you can get into our Discord community where you can get directly in touch with me and other subscribers. Let me start with this. I have a small watch collection which is worth nearly 20,000. As you can see, I got a profit of 26%, making around 4,000 in profit. Many people don't know that luxury watches are very good at holding their value and even in increasing value. I could flip these watches and make a couple of thousand, but I'm too busy with other things, so I just keep them. Many people don't know, but I also have money invested in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have invested some money in my cousin who bought a bunch of cards which getting rated. I'm not quite sure how much they will be worth after they got rated because it depends on the rate it receives, but my cousin is trading those cards for years and made quite a name and money with this kind of business. I only have 2,000 invested in cards, but it should be worth 4,000 to 6,000 after they are rated. Not too bad of a return for 8 months of wait for the ratings, but don't ask me what cards I bought. So we can say that I got around 22,000 in alternative investments. I also got some cryptocurrency holdings. I think it's also worth mentioning how much I have in cryptocurrency and in which coins. My main holdings are Bitcoin and Ethereum, as you can see here on my shirt. If you like to buy the shirt, I have a link down in the description. So, if my memory is not wrong, I should hold around 1.6 to 1.7 Bitcoin, and I got around 52 Ethereum, and I think I have about 10,000 XRP. I have my coins at several brokerage. This one is at Gemini. Let us use round numbers. 110,750 on Gemini. I have a little on PayPal. Let us say it's 10,900. Then we have some on Coinbase, 54,350. Then we have 28,000 Ethereum on Coinbase Pro with 83,600. So my total crypto holding is at around 259,600. Now let us talk about my stock holdings. I got a small Webull account with nearly 24,000, as you can see here. If you want to buy stocks and need a brokerage account, or you want a second brokerage account, I can recommend you Webull. You would get 4 free stocks up to 1,850 per stock when you deposit at least $100. I think the lowest amount I got from the free stocks was $3 per stock, so that you would get at least around $12 absolutely for free. The advantage Webull has is that you can trade before and in the aftermarkets, which helps you to be one step ahead of others. You can also buy fractional shares of big companies, which is another big advantage at Webull. The main holding in my Webull account are NIO and Tesla. I got 10 Tesla stocks and around 372 NIO. I think I got a total of around 900 to 950 NIO stocks. Then I have 2 TD Ameritrade's account. One has 52,175 on it and the other one has 128,600. My Roth IRA has 9,360 on it, and I will max it out with the 6,000 per years allowed. I still can put a couple of thousands in here. So it looks like I got a total investment of $214,135 invested in stocks. Let me review the strongest holding I have in my stock account. So you see, I got a lot of NIO and the other Webull account has around additional 370 NEO stocks. I got around 850 RKT, Rocket Company. You might have watched the videos. I'm the opinion that RKT is a monster and it's just a matter of time that it will explode. We saw the short squeeze when it went up to $40, but then the short sellers doubled down and it brought it back to around $22 now. I'm a big believer in recovery stocks, so I got a good amount of CCL, Carnival Cruise. I bought them at about $14 on average. In total, I got 30 Tesla shares. Then I have some HSDOA, which is a REIT, real estate investment trust, which pays great dividends, which I use to buy other stocks. The dividend was over 5%, but is now lower to 4% because of the pandemic. But there's still a lot of room for store capital to regain in stock value. The next one is ACDVF, which is Air Canada, another great recovery stocks and a fantastic company with a great CEO. I think the competition in Canada is easier for the stock to expand. This is a stock I really like to hold. Then we see EHang. I plan to strengthen my position in this one and get my share count between 800 to 1000 this year. Then we see Pinterest. I'm a big believer in this company too. Simon Property Group, good dividends and good potential for the stock to recover well. Square, a good fintech company. Apple was cheap during the pandemic and nothing can go wrong with Apple. Apple is a little boring, but it does not hurt any portfolio. I have ALP, Albemarle, which is a lithium mining company that will be used for EV batteries in the future. This is, in my opinion, a very safe bet and a very long-term play. Then I have MAXR. This was a bet which didn't turn out as I planned. I thought that Maxa would be a sure pick by ArcX and the stock would receive a big momentum. Anyway, I'm not selling the stock and I will just wait. So this is a bet which turned out wrong, but the company is okay to hold. I don't expect crazy growth with the stock, but it's okay to park the money. Anyways, I might change it for more EHang because I lost some money with Maxa, which is good to save some taxes. You can always sell the stock you lost to save on some tax. I usually don't recommend trading around in the account so much and I prefer to hold for the long term. But as I said, I was betting on ArcX and momentum for the stock, but I was wrong. PCRFY is Panasonic. They partnered with Tesla and Toyota, building a plant in Japan and Europe. I am a big fan of Panasonic and I should strengthen my position in them since their profit to earning ratio is very cheap compared to CATL or LG Chem. If you want to know more, watch my Panasonic video, which I link up here and in the description below. I got some money in AUKNY, an airport in New Zealand, which should do quite well in the next 5 to 10 years. I also got some stocks in CCIV, which is Lucid Motors. Looking into my account, I think my exposure to NEO is a little on the heavy side, but I was invested quite early in NEO and you see that my cost average is $14.43 per NEO share. So I don't really mind to be so heavily exposed. If you like my portfolio, have critics or suggestions, let me know in the comments below. So now that we got alternative investment, cryptocurrencies and stocks covered, let us talk about real estate. The property I live in got appraised for $325,000, but I bought it for $225,000 4 years ago. Anyway, the plan is to cash out, refinance the property and take 80% out of the property's value to purchase other properties. I have 6 rental properties in Texas. Let me show you the first 4 properties. I use around $110,000 to buy those 4 properties with a loan. So I bought this property for $146,000 and I still owe around $108,000 on this property. My realtor told me that he can sell this property for around $175,000 to $180,000 now because the market is crazy hot right now in Texas and many other places. So this property makes me about $65,000 to $70,000 in equity. This one is a good buy. I bought this one for $121,000, worth around $175,000 to $180,000. You can see that Zillow would buy this property for $174,250. I still owe around $101,000 on this property, so this still has around $73,000 in equity. And this one is a duplex. I bought it for $240,000 for 2 sites, so this is worth around $300,000 to $310,000 now. If I sell it, I owe around $206,000 on this property, so the equity is around $100,000. So from these 4 properties I bought for $110,000, I got a total of $238,000 in equity. This is doubled within 2 years. Besides this equity gain, it helped me reduce taxes because of the depreciation, monthly cash flow and loan amortization, which is a very nice investment. I will talk about the passive cash flow in a bit. Now let us talk about the 2 properties I bought in cash. I'm quite proud of the result of this property. You see that I closed the contract on July 23rd of 2020. This was during the lockdown. I bought the property for $185,000 and the property is worth around $285,000 now. The house is over 2,600 square feet, is in a very good neighborhood and has a very good school district. I think I got really lucky here. It's important to be able to click on the trigger when others are scared. I think I would not have got the property for that price at another time of the year. So I was lucky that I had my cash sitting for those deals, and luckily I found one. This is why I always say that it's so important to live below one's means, to save and have cash ready to strike when an opportunity comes along. I will cash out refinance this property and will be able to pull out 75% out of the $285,000, which will be $213,000. This is more than what I put in. With the cash out refinance, I will buy another property. On this property, I closed in November last year, bought it for $106,000 and repaired it for close to $18,000. So I'm in for $124,000 and it's worth $160,000. So all in all, I have over $1,008,000 in real estate. $325,000 was my property, $238,000 the 4 properties with the loans, and 2 properties in cash with $160,000 worth and $285,000 worth. However, the amount I control in real estate is at around $1.45 million. I think that I need a little more leverage in my real estate investments. I think when you have $1 million in real estate, you should control about $2 million in real estate value. This means you should have more loans with the property to have higher leverage. You know, if the appreciation on the house is always on the house value. So the more value you control, the more money you make. So I aim to control $2 million in real estate value this year, or have a 50-50 ratio, meaning owning 50% and have 50% as a loan. But I also know that there are investors who go low as 30%. Let us have some words about passive cash flow. The 6 properties generate a total of $8,930 in rent. From that amount, around $5,000 goes into property tax, maintenance, property manager, mortgage, insurance, and other expenses. So it leaves me about $4,000 to invest. Before we talk about how much my restaurant is worth, let us talk about the car I drive. I drive a Nissan NV200. I don't have another car. On paper, I look like I can afford a better car, but my subscribers and viewers know that I don't like to use my DTI debt to income ratio to buy a car. My debt to income ratio will be used to qualify for more real estate loans. If you want to learn more about real estate, watch the free videos I made for real estate. I link the first one up here and in the description below. This is my restaurant. The price I paid was $320,000 6 years ago. I'm not sure if it holds the same value since the pandemic. The market flooded with restaurants, so I think the value has dropped drastically. As long as the sales are recovering and it starts to make money again, the value should go up. The restaurant is paying me a salary that is enough for me to pay my personal bills, groceries, and going out to eat from time to time. So to summarize everything up, we have $22,000 in alternative investment, $259,600 in cryptocurrencies, $214,135 in stocks, $1,008,000 in real estate, and a restaurant which might be worth around $200,000 now, which brings a total invested amount of $1,703,735, which is actively working and hopefully growing. As a personal advice, I would suggest you to have 10 to 20% of your amount invested as cash reserves, emergency funds, or for special investment deals like I did in July last year. This is actually the first time I do this calculation. I'm surprised that the number seems higher than what I thought. I don't know how I should put this in words. I don't want to say that this is little because this is not. I know this is way more than many people have in the world, but this is also not really a lot. You know that life is unpredictable and some medical issues, lawsuits, divorces, or other unlucky events can wipe off a big amount of it. I'm lucky that I got my divorce behind me, but what I want to say is that this amount sounds a lot for many and also sounds little for many. So this is a stage that is quite vulnerable. It's easy to drop back to previous stages just based on an unlucky life event, but on the other hand, it's a very good base to build more on it. I don't feel wealthy is what I want to say here. On paper, some might call me a millionaire, but if so, I would feel like a very poor millionaire. I don't want to offend anyone, but this is how I think. This is not the first time I reach this level. I know how fast things can break and go down. Luckily, I'm not as stupid as I was in my teens. So roughly, you can say that my distribution for every $6.50, I have $4.50 in real estate, $1 in crypto, and $1 in stocks. I really hope that this video was informative and did not offend anyone. This video was not made for bragging. As I said, the line between having and not having is very thin. So I'm very grateful for every day I can continue like this. I still want to see how far I can go. Life is a journey and we will see where it will lead us. My father always told me, when you look up, you will feel like a loser. And when you look down, you will feel like a winner. So no matter where you are in life, net worth and money does not really reflect the value you carry inside you. The more fundamentals you carry inside you, the more you will be able to turn those fundamentals into reality. So be patient, don't rush, don't worry about money. Just keep improving your fundamentals and results will follow. For legal reasons, let me tell you that I'm not a financial advisor, CPA, or realtor. So always consult with an expert before making a decision. Remember that your money is your responsibility and always do your own due diligence. Thank you so much and see you hopefully in the next video. Thank you. Bye.